Guys, it's me. So, this is going to be part 2 of Steven. Fuck you. Okay, so, this is a disclaimer. If anybody doesn't want to hear me talk about verbal, sexual, and physical abuse, you should probably not listen to this one because it's going to contain all 3 of those. So I met him. We talked about that. The moment that first initial hit happened, it was like the floodgates opened of, now you're mine, and I'm sorry, I don't want you to see my boobs. And now you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna listen to me all the time. Sorry, my dog. What? Do you want to be in the family? Do you want? What? Hold on. No. No. Okay, so we'll just stay here. What? Anyways, so get off me. Hold on, guys. She's tackling me. I'm just going to tell you different stories. I'm not going to go into, every day of my life. I'm just going to tell you some good things, some bad things, some really bad things. Maybe some stories of our drug dealing, stuff like that. So, let's see. We'll talk about my Christmas party. So, Steven, whenever he uses methamphetamines, he turns into this character. He called him Theodore. And that is when he's been up for more than 2 days, Theodore comes out. Theodore is this obscene, weird, mean, almost like a different personality. Dun dun dun. Okay, so Theodore's out completely. Talking weird, jerking all over the place. Pepper? Then, so he's embarrassing to be around. So it was my Christmas party. I worked at this store called Maverick Country Store and Bakery. Okay? I didn't want to go. He also worked there. He was the bakery guy. I didn't want to go with him. And he made me. So we went, and it was in the back of the store, kind of like everybody was sitting on the floor because the store was open, so it was weird. Anyways, he had to go to the bathroom. No, I went to the bathroom. I'm trying to think. And he walked his way in there in front of everybody. And I told him that I didn't want to be there. And that I was embarrassed because of his behaviors. And I told him, I want to go home now. And he punched me right in the eye. Right in the eye. At this bathroom, in this bathroom stall. I mean, I couldn't even get out. And he hurt me so bad. And then I had to go out to this party and sit there knowing that my eye is probably going to swell shut. And then people are going to know that happened in the bathroom. And then possibly the police are going to come. And, I'm thinking all these things. Anyways, so nobody did anything about it or said anything. And, sorry, I gotta squirt my bird because he's not behaving. And so, yeah, that was another one. At my work, during a party, I get slammed in the face. I'm gonna squirt you every time you talk. Then there was a time, this one's kind of hard to talk about. So, he obviously had been pretty strung out. And Theodore was coming out. And so, I could hear him in the bedroom just becoming irate. And then I knew it was a bad one. When you're in that situation, you know what it's leading up to and how bad it's going to be and this and that. I had told the kids he nailed the door shut so we couldn't get out. And so I broke the screen out and I put the kids out the window and I told them to go to their friend's house and stay together, and that I will be there to pick them up as soon as I can get out. And so I left the window open thinking that he would think that I broke out. And so after a while I put an electric blanket underneath my daughter's bed so that I wouldn't be so cold on the floor, because it was winter. And so here he comes in, and I guess he brought these two people to the house. He brought them to the back door and into the living room. And apparently, from what I can hear, he had a gun, and he thought that they knew where I was, and that if they didn't tell him where I was and where the kids were, that he was going to shoot them. And they were crying, and they were, worried that he was going to kill them. And so, that situation was just drawn out. It was starting to get dark. I was worried about where my kids went and if they had gotten caught by him, or if they did get caught, what was going to happen to them. So, eventually, I fell asleep underneath that bed. because I was in between the blankets, and the hotness was just putting me to sleep. And I don't remember how that ended. I do know how that ended. So what happened was, finally I got out from under the bed, and I recall calling him and saying, asking where he was. And finally I'm just like, I called him out on it. I told him he was a big piece of shit. I've always wanted to call him that. And I did. And that, my friends, was the worst thing I could have done. I remember telling him he was a big piece of shit. And it felt so good. And I was literally, I was worth getting my ass kicked for that. Not really, but it was nice. So all of a sudden I hear there's a car coming. And mind you, it's like a 79, like Cadillac, long, green, gross looking car coming down the driveway. I could see smoke barreling from underneath it, or the the dirt road, and him stopping and sliding in the gravel, and hear the door opening and slamming shut, and the front door opening, and here he comes, kicking my ass every minute. And I looked at him and I said, "You are a piece of shit." And that man broke my bones. He broke my tailbone. He broke 4 rib bones. I had 2 black eyes, split open head, fat lip, bruises around my neck. God, he's a piece of shit. That man molested my kids, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I didn't know it. I would have killed him. I would have killed him in his sleep after Theodore passed out.